Alright. Hey, can you? All right. So just so everybody knows, this is my first time kind of experimenting with a stream. I borrowed this camera. I'm using the built-in mic, so I haven't really done a full setup yet. But hey, this thing came today, and I figured it was a good shot to try this out because I'm only going to get one shot. So let's do it. This thing, it shipped Friday and got here at 10 this morning via FedEx. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations. I did. An assembly manual. Power cable. Some sample PLA. Black and green. USB firmware. And filament sensor. Spool holder parts. Spool holder parts. Accessories. Okay. It's like a packing QA sheet. Better. Blue PLA PRUSA filament. The LCD. The steel sheet. All right. So, couple of parts. right here we got the main bed. All right. So this doesn't look nearly as complicated as the regular PRUSA printer, but it's still my first time putting one of these together. We have one at the office, the PRUSA Mini, but it came pre-assembled. Thing is great, but I'm really looking forward to having my own. All right. The manual starts at step 5, so that's weird. They're new. Yeah, okay. Changes to the handbook. Step 4, step 5. There's still yeah, stickers. You know, since this thing starts at step 5 or 4, wait, is there? I think I'm going to grab my iPad and use electronic instructions. Prepared, basically. Okay, step 1, all of the required tools are included. So what's in this box? That's power supply. I think they're in this accessory bag. So zip ties, pad, cleaning accessories, spare Mini 2, accessories Mini, lubricant, and here's the tools. Okay. Use the labels for reference to identify parts. Not there. Oh, wait. These labels. Okay. All right. We're here to help. Missing instructions. Come on. All right. Step 4. XYZ axis preparation. This is the XZ assembly. And 3 screws. Let me measure out and see which the 3 screws I need. M340, an M320, and an M312. It says there's 2 M312s. Yep. $12, $40, and $20. Okay, so yeah, set that aside for now. Okay, XYZ axis part preparation. The Y-axis assembly, foam blocks or foam pads. right. Gently push all the pads out of the block. Yes, new printer day is cool, James. Okay, 5 pads. All right, I'm removing these. The groove on the bottom side of the electronics box, which is where. Ah. Put a soft cloth or pad underneath to prevent scratches. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like we're just sticking these down here so this doesn't scratch up our table. Mhm. All right, look at that. Oh, fuck off iPad. Ah, fix that. Let's make sure that's- All right, foam pads are prepped and installed. Step 8. Now we prep this. Use your fingers to turn the lead screw and move the Z-axis up. It's already up. There's 8 comments. Are people the cable? Is the cable around the stepper motor? Cable's not around the stepper motor. But I do want to make sure this thing's moving freely and there's no zip ties in the way. Alright. Alright, well, the instructions say this thing is supposed to be shipped down and moved up by hand, but it looks like they're already moved up. So, I don't know. We'll let that be for now. Step 9, open the box with the electronics. is release and remove this M3 screw on the box with the electronics. So, okay. All right. We're now inside this thing. Remove the printed cable cover. That's this. Lift the electronics cover slightly. Before you remove it completely, pull it first towards the aluminum extrusion to release both pins from the hole. It's gone. All right. Connect the LCD cable. For this step, please prepare the LCD cable flat. And this pack with the screen. All right. Man, that is orange. PRUSA orange. Okay. Set the LCD down. And here's our little cover. All right. So take the LCD cable and push it through the hole in the box with the electronics. The orientation doesn't matter as both ends are the same. So there's a hole. And there's a notch, so I can just fat finger this thing. All right. So that cable is in place. Step 10. Protecting the LCD cable. From now on, proceed carefully while moving. This is facing down and might get damaged. Oh. In order to protect the cable, please follow the instructions below. And there is okay. So we're going to want to wrap this around the bottom and then shove it back in the box temporarily. This goes down and around like so. Okay, so it's down and around. And then, yeah, back up over. And then just kind of under. Gently insert the cable. Tilt the axis back, get better access inside the box. Gently insert the cable in. Okay. So this is going to go through here and just hang out for a hot second. All right. Read the following lines carefully. You need to align all three silver M3E nuts in the Y-axis assembly with the correct counterpart holes. 3 nuts. Okay. There. One, two, and then the third is going to go in that rail. Okay. First, let's prepare the y-axis. Okay, so this is supposed to face towards me. Okay. And this all the way to the right. Okay, those screws. Place the right entry E nut approximately in the true. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so this will go to the front. Okay, one of these is up. One of these is like in the middle. All right, I think I get what's happening here. Or do I? All right. Push both parts together and try fitting the clamp directly on the entry E nut, which you've moved to the center of the. First. Okay. So there's 3 nuts and 5 arrows. Well, I guess there's like 3 different colors. Okay, let's see what's happening. The green one is the long one. It's right by this power button, and it's going to go in this back slider. Yellow one is the medium. It's going up front. And then the short one just goes straight down. Okay. Push both parts together and try fitting the clamp directly on the nut. How does this thing get? Am I missing something? Or does it go? Oh. Okay, this is gonna kind of be a bitch. So that's tricky. Like, it shouldn't be. Again, in case you can't reach the thread and that wiggle the screw bit inside the plastic base of the printer. Alright, so I guess you just gotta finagle it. I love. Oh, you can't see from the top. Do me some finagling. Just gonna blindly stab around and see. Howdy. Okay, these are in the way now. Okay. Do I have a pencil? Maybe I'll just mark on the table where the center of this hole is. Okay, there's the square. It's like there's stuff blocking, so you can't really see. It's like you just need to set it in there and get the one thing in the hole. I'm gonna try my pencil idea. Where's my pencil? I have one. Should be one right here. Well, maybe we'll use this thing. Just gonna use it. See if I can guide it in there with the help of a. Oh my God. Okay. Are you in there, buddy? Are you in there? You're not in there. Oh, it's the worst. How the fuck do you line these things up? Oh. do a couple things here first. Switching out to a ball-ended thingy so that maybe I can reach better in there. It's like one stupid screw. And you're basically blind. Like you have to go all the way through the thing. I'm also just a heavy breather. But this sucks. Is that in there? Did I do it? Where is it? Yeah! I think I got it. Fucking hope I did. Okay, yeah, that's tight. Cool. Too tight. Awesome. Okay. Woo! Getting sweaty in the basement. All right. All right. Now for the second one. Which hopefully is a lot fucking easier. Yeah, I think the second one will just lock in. And again, with these, you're supposed to tighten it just tight enough to make sure you're in the nut, but not to lock it down. Oh no, that doesn't look good. Oh, that was the top one. Is that moving? Yes, okay. So I'll back that off a little bit. Cool. Phase 3. Time for the last nut. Now I can finally see them. Okay. Aligning the XY assembly. In this step, move the entire XZ axis. Avoid pushing it against the aluminum extrusion. Leave a small gap while moving parts. Rotate the back of the printer toward you. Push the heat bed all the way to the front. Hold the Y assembly. Move this to the back. Loosen this a little more. There we go. There's a notch which indicates the correct. So that's the notch. I believe that is the notch. Tighten all screws in this order. First, wait, let me double check that. Is behind. Yep, it's a little behind. The notch. Cool. Final tightening. Into on top. Then the 40. Okay. Then the 20. Gummy time. And get to eat the first row of gummies. All right. Eat the others. So, LCD time. First. It's an odd picture. Wow. Oh, that's the LCD and the LCD holder. I see what's happening. I'm gonna put the LCD in position. With a little angle. She can adjust this, but connecting the LCD. Carefully remove the free end from the box. Okay, make sure. All right. Okay, guys. All right. That goes in there. Didn't they just show this thing kind of just shoved up in there? Which that doesn't seem. Is it? Then I guess we do just shove that fucker in there. Seems a little hinky. But we'll leave some slack and call it a day. To insert the cable into the extrusion, carefully bend it in 2 halves along its length. Still seems hinky. Hey, it's in there. Hinkily. All right. Okay. All right. It's crooked. Yeah, I'll get there. Connecting the Y-axis cable. Turn the printer back on its feet and rotate the back of the printer towards you. Okay. Connecting the Y-axis motor. Check the cable labeled Y to H. That seems hot in. Oh. Why? Okay, this comes out the bottom. I believe. Okay. Out the back. And onto the main board. X is already connected. This stuff is really labeled well. Like my Shipoko, like they were just like hand labeled. Like these are nice little, look almost like rubber bands with printed XYZ on them. Nice job with that. Okay, and then this just goes onto this controller. Easy peasy. Okay, Y's in. Ah, I missed a hole in the box, so wouldn't be able to get the lid back on. Almost there. All right. All right, so that's there. Shove cables in. Y-axis thermistor and heater. Guide it into the box from the top. There's no dedicated hole. All right. Okay. Each. It's just a little dark in there. Have a little more light. Also, which way do these cables go? Just don't want to show this backwards. Like I was shoving it backwards. All right, so that's helpful. Got that one. And now this one. Okay, which way is the red? Okay, okay, that's round. So it's can only go in one way, right? Just verify. Red's on bottom. Cool. All right. So those guys are in there. Okay. Gently push the cables inside the box. Position it right near the top left corner where most of the cables enter the box. Filament sensor. Slide the sensor onto the tube. And then there's a couple different ways they're telling you not to put this on there. So looks like you just gotta make sure this thing is wedged all the way in there from this side. Yeah, just because I'm a shape. Cool. All right. Tighten the screw gently. Use a piece of filament to determine there's no deformation at the tube. In case of any resistance, release the screws slightly. Since this is my first home prayer, I'm going to just use their sample. It's all PLA. We'll use the green just to show. I think that's fine. Yeah. I'm not sure how they determine deformation of the tube, but I can shove it in there. All right, connect filament sensor to the buddy board. That'll be you. Keep in mind the electronics cover must fit. All right, so you go there. So you are coming down this way now. And yep, for the second one. This box is really well laid out. I just have fat ass fingers. I should probably use forceps or something. There we go. Cool. Covering the electronics. Alright. Set the cover back on. Okay. And just jam these things in there. Try to get this cover. Alright, that top's looking good. Make sure you don't pinch anything too badly. Hey, that looks almost halfway decent. And this top piece. Okay, the screw will go there. That big one there. Switch these. Okay. It's, again, a little finicky. Almost there. Don't break anything. All right. Okay. Man, I wish I had more light in this workshop. Okay. Oh, fuck. Sorry for the most boring live stream ever. I guess, people are usually talkative, but this is my first time doing both of these things, so bear with me a little. All right, electronics are covered. Oh, I guess there were instructions on how to do that, and I just skipped them, but I did it. Cool. Nothing's been pinched. Hardware seems done. Caribou time. Give me 3 of those bastards. Spool holder. Now, this is one of the parts that I've seen a lot of people bitch about. Everybody seems to say good stuff about the printer itself, but people have complained about the spool holder. We'll see. All right. Aw, how you, Dan? Anti-vibration pads, and looks like some bearings and more M3 screws. That's 2 base parts. Let's see. All right. Get this thing out of the way. All right. So these Willis nuts. Come on. There we go. All right. Those 2 are in there. Flip one of them over and insert 2 bearings. second one on top. What about the... Fair enough. Oh, okay. Screws into it. So that's in place. This thing kind of does feel like a piece of shit. Entry 12, no. The longer one, okay. Thought so. Ah. Oh, come on. Why is that not? Something I didn't do enough. Ouch. Try it once more. Once more with feeling. Only an hour into it, should be a half-hour build. $30 minutes of which we're fighting with that one screw. No, Blockinase, I make websites. Behold. All right. Let's do this again. Cool. Fat fingers, strike again. Oh, this has to be painful, guys. I'm sorry. Just drop the nut in the hole, you dummy. Drop the nut in the fucking hole. All right. good enough, maybe. Hopefully this is just long enough to grab that and pull it. But I think it's probably not. Oh, snow. What's in there crooked? I don't want to strip it. Try it again. Slow down. Get it in there. It's not a race. There we go. All right. Almost there, guys. Is that in there? Come on, son of a bitch. A lot more swearing an hour and 10 minutes into it. Ah! And you're just shoving these little M5 nuts in 3D printed parts. So, it is what it is. Hopefully third time's the charm. There it is. Good, good. Just cram this thing down a little more. Sweet. Cool. All right. Almost there. All right. Cool. Adding the spool holder rails. Just more 3D printed madness. Get that roughly even, lock it down. Let's see. Those last gummies are in sight. They're really hard. The small ones. They're not that good. Not that good at all. Also, someone just enrolled for coding boot camp using my email. I got my Gmail address when they first opened. Like, I have a really good Gmail address. And I get email from stupid assholes that don't know their own email address constantly. It's awesome. For the first print, I'm probably going to do just something on the built-in USB. But the first real thing I want to do is Kenny actually, who was here earlier, from the Shipoko forums, designed a laser mount They don't want to try to replace my weird MDF Franken laser thing I hacked up. Another one on there. Man, this thing is silly, but if it works, it works. Also, I borrowed this webcam from my partner at work, and I didn't bring a mic or anything, so I'm just using the camera's built-in mic. Does it look and sound okay? Like, can somebody confirm? Oh, cool. Thank you. My mom is wondering why I'm going to Atlanta this weekend. And you're not my mom, but if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm going to Atlanta for Workbench Con, which I've never been to, but I heard it was for maker content creators. It's like, man, that's a little on the head, so why not? So that should be cool. All right. All right. Adjusting. Okay. Sorry for the rustly bags. Like, we've also got the HVAC. Like at work when we record podcasts, we always turn off the HVAC, but I didn't do that because my wife is with child and I didn't want to freeze her out. But it's cool. They could have told you this before they told you to tighten it down. Old. Okay. Anti-slip pads. Pops out of the spool. More fat feathering. Yeah, no, I was just wondering if the heater was annoying, and like if you can hear that whirring in the background. Apparently, this webcam is supposed to have good noise cancellation, but I don't know. I don't trust Logitech usually with anything. Sweet. I think you paid like $200 for it, which seems insane for a webcam. But if it means you don't have to buy a bunch of other crap, it might actually be a pretty good bargain. Behold, Give me those gummies. All right. Now we're just down to the sheet. Power supply. Remove the film from the display. Oh, I thought the box was down there. It's not. Where's the damn box? God, I love killing these things off screens. Okay. Place the mini. Okay, this is. I guess my table's just. Ooh, below. Yeah. Okay. All right. Place the stainless steel sheet on the heat lid. Oh man, that's sweet. Like my Lulzbot printer at work has like the glass PE bed. So I've never used a removable bed before. It's really dope. All right. Power supply. Okay. So before I turn this on and start running the calibration, the middle of this table is wonky as hell. So I'm gonna see if I can find a flatter spot. Why is this thing so? But you know, there was the 5th foot. Maybe. Ah, there's a hole for it. Missed it. Yeah. Okay. Power supply's got power. It's a beefy power supply. You probably want to see this, right? You probably do. All right. It's got power. All right. It's got 4.02 Marlin. Welcome to the original PRUSA Mini setup wizard. Would you like to continue? Yes. Yes, I would. And is the filament sensor connected? Yes. Status bar is at the bottom of the screen. It contains information about nozzle temp, heat bed temp, printing temp, z-axis height, selected filament. Next. Press next to run the self-test. Pass the fan test. Pass the x-axis, y. Checking hot end and heat bed heaters. To test, we'll use this nappy ring filament. Smell it. Yeah, it's up to 190 Celsius. The nozzle. Okay, all test done. 4.0 jump. I probably should have run a firmware check thing, shouldn't I? Oh, load filament. Press load. Load. And tell it it's PLA. Press continue and push filament into the extruder. Okay, there it goes. Yeah. All right, is the color correct? Yes. All right, first layer calibration. So the Lulz block printer actually had this little felt pad. I guess it just doesn't need a felt pad. Oh, that's weird. Higher or lower? There you go. How's that? All right. Just want to check this first layer calibration. Right now the Z height's negative 0.795. I think that might be good. Oh, right. No. Oh. All right. Calibration done. Happy printing. Now let me clean this thing. So move axis. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. I think that might be pretty good for now. I want to try a test print. No USB. All right, what do we got? Benchy. Let's do Benchy. 1 hour, 56 minutes. Maybe let's do something quicker than a Benchy. PRUSA logo, 23 minutes. All right, so it's heating. Yeah, this is the $350 one. And then I think there's another 20 bucks for the filament sensor. And they give you free shipping if you buy a roll of filament. So all in it is like 400 bucks. That's 167 out of 170. All right. I was waiting on me to tell us something. God damn it. Oh, no. Sweet. So, an hour and a half from ripping open the box to printing the first print. And that's, with me being sorry for shaking the camera, boys. Just like trying to get. Normally, I'm used to super bright filament, so can't really see this in the shadow. I have a little tripod. Let me grab it. Noise-wise, it's really not that bad. Like, it's a lot quieter than my Lulzbot Mini. The Lulzbot Mini I had also shakes violently. So, it's cool this thing doesn't do that. Also, the Lulzbot Mini was like $1,300, and they're out of business now. So, it's a good printer, though. And yeah, the webcam is actually on a 20-foot USB cable. It's or like a 15-foot cable. I actually got it for shooting T-shirts tethered, like with using like a Capture One on the laptop, and my Fuji X-T3 was rigged up overhead, and we just lay the stuff out, see it on an external monitor, hit a button. So this webcam is supposed to have a tripod hole on the bottom, but Jack Shed torqued the plastic on there so tight sorry guys. Go on. A little more. Just hopefully. How's that area? If anybody else has any questions about this thing, feel free to ask while we wait for this thing to finish up. Oh, I got a Blockanese. I got a Wise Cam for my Shipoko. It's like $20, but stay close. Like one time I was like at my workbench running a job, and a bit slipped out of the collet, and I saw it happen. And in like the 5 seconds it took me to dive across the room, I mean, it was already smoking. So if you do get a camera on your CNC, don't go too far or leave the house. Like, they can go real wrong real fast. But no, it's nice. It's nice to like go to another room, but yeah, stay on premises would be my advice. Though some people have built like enclosures with fire extinguishers, but eh. Yeah, like at some point too, I kind of want to nerd out and put like one of those just like big safety stop switches that kills the power to everything too. But no, right now I kind of manually turn everything on and off like a caveman. Yeah. And I've seen a couple people post plans on the carbide community forums for them. So, oh, it sucks. It's not too late. Send back the Shipoko T-Track system and just get the Rockler hardware. It's probably cheaper. I don't know. The next time I'm going to do... I did the T-nuts last time, and hammering them in was so horrible. My next wasteboard, I think I'm going to use the screw-in, like hex bolts that they sell on the carbide site now, but you can find them, half the price on Amazon. It happens. Yeah, right now it's USB only. It does have an Ethernet port, and they're going to be releasing their own web-based thing, which I'm looking forward to. At work, I use Octoprint, because that was the bunk thing about the Lulzbot machine, is you had to have the computer hooked up, and it only printed over USB, like it didn't have a screen or anything. But then I found out about Octoprint, which runs on a Pi, and it's super awesome. You can just go to any browser, send your files, and do it all over the network. I've read some reports that there is a mini USB jack inside the box that you can connect a Pi to and run Octoprint, but I think some people have had some issues with it. And from what I've heard, they're going to be turning on the Ethernet port and releasing the web interface soon. So I'm just going to wait for that. Yeah, in fact, one of the use cases for this was for printer farms, like for people that just need to crank stuff out. Like they print a lot of their own shit to make these. So yeah, I mean, they've got their own web-based software, and yeah, the Ethernet jack's included. Looks like we're getting close. Yeah, one of my spring projects, well, I don't know about spring, but at some point I want to just do, I think Winston Moore posted like a 10 or 12 part Fusion 360, like from idiot to basically knowing your way around Fusion 360. Um, and I wasn't really interested in that for the Shipoko because I'm more of a sign maker, and Vectric VCarve is just amazing for that. And I thought Fusion 360 is overkill for 2D CNC work, but I think it would be nice to learn how to fabricate parts from scratch with this now. So at some point I will just suck it up and learn Fusion 360. Yeah, no, they know they've got a hit on their hands. The cool thing is the way the pricing works. You don't need to buy it all at once. Like I just have a VCarve desktop, and like you're limited to 25 by 25. But the design tools are so good in it. The one time, my last project, when I needed to cut like a 30-something piece out, I just did the design in VCarve desktop and then saved out an SVG, and then did all the tool pathing in Carvard Create. So you can kind of work around it until you're ready to upgrade the $350 to $700 one. But still, $350 is a lot of coin. But it's a really really good program, and it's what I learned on at the before I got my own. Like we've got a shopbot at my local makerspace, and I learned how to use it there. Two minutes. All right. Bear with me a second, gentlemen. Ah, there she is. Got raft off of there. Looks pretty solid. And again, this is just one of the default things. Like I've adjusted nothing. This is straight out of the box, from an idiot with his first printer. But I think that looks pretty all right. The bed size is 7 by 7 by 7. Oh, I don't think this took much filming at all. I mean, came with two of the. Oh, sorry, it's driving nuts. Driving nuts. It came with two of these little sample rolls, and that looks barely dented. Ah. All right. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I want to go say goodnight to my wife, and do some more playing with this, and I'll make a more in-depth video and some blog post about this soon, I'm sure. But I just wanted to show you guys what the unboxing and build and first setup was like. Again, from an idiot who's never owned one of these before. I'm just like throwing it out there. Thanks for watching.